Imagine being stranded on a deserted road in the middle of the night with no cell signal, no help in sight, and the only place nearby is an airy abandoned house. What would you do? Would you seek shelter or keep walking into the darkness? Paige Brooks didn't have a choice. What started as a simple breakdown became a nightmare she would never forget. Paige Brooks stands beside her broken-down car on a desolate road at night. The wind howls through the trees and the road stretches into the darkness. Her phone has no signal and the engine won't start. Looking around, she notices a dim light flickering in the distance, a house. With no other option, Paige walks toward the old abandoned house, its eerie atmosphere sending chills down her spine. The garden is overgrown, the windows are dark, and the wooden door looks ancient. As she approaches, the floorboards on the porch creak under her feet. She hesitates but raises her hand and knocks. The door slowly creaks open. Paige steps inside cautiously. The air inside is thick with dust, and the faint scent of burnt wood lingers. Candlelight flickers down the hallway, casting long, unsettling shadows.
Hello?
She calls out, "Hello?
Hello?
Is anyone here?" But only silence answers her. Stepping deeper into the house, she discovers a dimly lit room filled with strange symbols drawn on the walls. Candles flicker eerily on a wooden table, and an old book sits open in the center. Paige's heart pounds as she takes a step back, suddenly feeling like she isn't alone. A shadowy figure appears in the doorway behind her. She gasps, spinning around. The figure is hooded, unmoving, watching her. A cold chill runs down her spine as her breath catches in her throat. Then a whisper echoes through the house. "We've been waiting for you." Paige turns and bolts for the door, her heart hammering against her ribs. But as she reaches the entrance, more shadowy figures emerge from the dark corridors, blocking her escape. She's trapped. Thinking fast, Paige grabs a candle and hurls it at the figures, the flickering light briefly illuminating their featureless faces. She doesn't wait to see their reaction. She spins on her heels and runs deeper into the house, desperately searching for another way out. She stumbles into a cluttered room where an old rusted key sits on a wooden table. With trembling hands, she snatches it and races toward the front door. Footsteps grow louder behind her. She can hear them getting closer. She jams the key into the lock, her breath ragged. Just as a cold hand brushes her shoulder, she throws herself outside, slamming the door behind her. Paige sprints down the desolate road, not daring to look back. Her legs burn, her breath is uneven, but she pushes forward. Then, up ahead, headlights. A car approaches. She waves her arms frantically. The vehicle slows, stopping just in time. The driver rolls down the window. "Are you okay?" they ask. Paige, breathless and shaking, nods. She scrambles into the passenger seat, glancing back at the house as it fades into the darkness. But something doesn't feel right. The eerie sensation lingers. As the car drives away into the night, Paige stares out the window. Her hands grip the seat, her heartbeat still racing. She's safe now, or so she thinks. But in the reflection of the window, just for a moment, she sees a hooded figure standing in the distance, watching her. The nightmare isn't over.